Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to discuss the example for limits and continuity. Kali refers to A. We have limit when x approaching infinity for the function given. So in here, my suggestion is to factorize the x squared. So limit when x approaching infinity. So focus on the inner function, factor out the x squared. So here we have 3 plus with the 7 over x minus 1 over x squared. Over, we have x squared bracket 1 plus with the 5 over x squared. Bracket, we have 1 over 2. Kali simplify the inner function. So limit when x approaching infinity. So we will have 3 plus with the 7 over x minus 1 over x squared over 1 plus with the 5 over x squared. We have power 1 over 2. If we substitute the infinity, we will have 0, 0 and 0 this part. So as a conclusion, the value of y will be approaching square root of 3. Or we may write it in more detail. The horizontal asymptote y is equals to square root of 3. Next, Kali refers to B. The function f is defined by the function given where we have the piecewise function. So my suggestion would be illustrate in a real number line where we have the 0. So we have the SET2. So on the left, we have 4 over square root of 4 minus the x. On the right, we will have x over, we have the square root 1 plus the x minus the 1. So next, focus on the questions. Shows that limit when x approaching 0 from the left, then we have limit when x approaching 0 from the right. So Kali focus on the left hand side. So we have 4 over the square root of 4 minus the x. So if we substitute 0, then automatically we will have 4 over the square root of 4 where we will have 2. So limit when x approaching 0 from the left for the function fx, and we will have the value of y approaching 2. Next, focus on the right hand side. We have x over the square root of 1 plus the x minus the 1. If we substitute, then we will have 0 over 0 where we have the indeterminate form. So in here, my suggestion will be multiplied by the conjugate. So limit when x approaching 0 from the right. So we have x over square root of 1 plus the x minus 1 multiply with square root of 1 plus the x plus the 1 over the square root of 1 plus the x plus the 1. So Kali expand only the denominator part. So limit when x approaching 0 from the right. So here we will have x bracket square root of 1 plus the x plus the 1 over, we have the 1 plus with the x and then minus with the 1. So from here, we notice that we can eliminate this part as a 0. Then x over the x, then we will have 1. So limit when x approaching 0 from the right, we will have square root of 1 plus with the x plus with the 1. So limit when x approaching 0 from the right for the function fx, the value of y will be approaching 2. So from here, limit when x approaching 0 from the right, fx, is the same for the limit when x approaching 0 from the right. So limit when x approaching 0 for the function fx, we will have the value of y approaching 2. And we can consider the limit exists. So Kali refers to the number 2. Determine whether the f is continuous or not at x equals to 0. So step number 1, we must have f0. If it refers to the real number line, we have square root of 2. Second step, limit exists or not. So in here, the limit exists, where we have the value of y2 and the limit exists. Step number 3, f0, is it equals to limit when x approaching 0 for the function fx? So the answer is no. So if like that, number 4, fx is discontinuous at x is equals to 0.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you think the video is useful, kindly consider to like, comment, share and subscribe.